All right, I want to quickly go ahead and go over a few things. The first thing is you guys need to. I'm getting a lot of questions. Please, if you if you see something that's not the same or wrong, look at the most up to date instructions, because some stuff may have changed. So go there first before asking me a question, because it's going to answer your questions most likely. TPU. Uh, so it's a flexible material, so you can see. Um, so I kind of started messing around with this and basically increased the longevity of the spoons, since that's like the one thing that breaks most often, because when you throw it, it exerts force on the spoon, as well as the bottom, printing off the bottom half out of TPU. You can see here, like I threw this on the pavement and it got chipped. So this is what I've seen start to happen on a lot of them. So using TPU or something like that would stop that from happening. So far, I'm having good results. I've sent a couple rounds through this one, not like 30 plus like I have with other ones. So I don't know how long these will last as far as like the strength, but I think they'll be okay. They're not. This is 95A TPU, printed with the same exact settings as in the instructions. So it's actually pretty dense and pretty firm. Like there's no flexing this, but it takes the impact pretty well. I'd be careful if you're going to print these, not to print it too flexible, because you also have to think that you need, when it hits something, it still needs to transfer the force. And but as far as the spoon goes, this is like a serious upgrade right here. It increases the sensitivity by like tenfold. Like I'm not kidding when I say that this is. I don't even recommend printing out regular PLA spoons. Just buy a roll of TPU and print your spoons out of TPU. We'll include this spoon on here, and it's going to be the long one, and it's going to be the long one for all of them. And I'll show you why here in a second. But basically, why this is more sensitive is simply because the filament flexes. It doesn't have to travel as far as the other spoons, and because of the flex, it kind of flexes out of the way, hits something. There's a lot more force, and so using a long spoon like this, when you throw it, if it hits this, obviously the force transfers. If you go like this, the force is going to transfer and it's going to flex it out of the way. You don't really need hardly any force over here. Like it can actually be pretty loose. I've noticed that like it's just, as long as your screw is just in there, that's tight enough. I've been able to like throw this in grass and stuff and soft sand, and it'll go off more reliably, since like especially with the longer portion right here. And I kind of show you, I'll cock it and show you. So yeah, you can see here, like just that little bit of movement made it go off. Like that's enough to make it go off. So yeah, it's a good bit more sensitive. So I highly recommend printing out this. And then I've also added like a springy thing in here to hold your pin. So you can stick this in here, and it kind of pushes it out of the way and then gives you a lot more tension over there. I'll also start a comment on printing the actual top end out of TPU. I really don't recommend it. The issue here is that there's too much. This is printed with the same setting, so it's very rigid, but it still has enough flex to absorb most of the impact, so it doesn't transfer it to the screw like it should. And then this flex here on the top pinches on the spoon, which causes it not to move. So yeah, TPU guys.